Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From Kansas City. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Mm-hmm.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
Yep. That's what I told
It's the
Candy.
tight end,
But the
Kelsey.
kids already said they want to
The
go.
speed
They want to go to foster care,
is taken
but
down.
they want to leave their mom up.
21
But
yards.
right, and that's the thing though. But
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be
right,
incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's
but
second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they
nope.
just couldn't connect, and that will set
She
the
gonna
pace
have
for
to.
the
She gonna have
drive.
to go get it. She gonna go do her
Second
own
and 10.
thing. She gonna have to go do her own thing. I'm not letting her around those kids. She got this strange ass man around her daughter after her son just tried to rape her daughter. You got your strange ass man that they don't know.
And finally taken down at the
Ain't
20-yard
it's
line.
not the first time. She already said that before.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Get right out and set the
Yeah.
tone, this time with a big pass play.
No, she said she right, but she said that he didn't put it in. He was
I think that's going to be
getting ready
useless.
to.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And this is
Right.
intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds.
Exactly.
Close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Yeah.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage,
Yeah.
especially not this close to the goal line.
Yeah.
The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And that nearly an
Yeah.
interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Look how much you
Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced
What time you get
incompletion.
on to the game?
Now my thing is,
Throwing is Mahomes on third. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped
yeah,
up
I
at the
know.
3, and it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Mahomes going to go
Right.
on fourth down.
And that's the thing though. Me and Candy already, we already certified foster parents already.
And the Chiefs' decision
And I'm a mandated
leads them to
reporter
6
with
points.
with the foster care company we work for. We mandated reporters, so I have to report
Yards
that.
on target, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Yeah, and I work with my patient. Yeah, I know my client that I work
To the
with.
touchdown,
I
here's
know I can get
Baker to
arrested if
get
I
it
don't
going.
report that. That's what my boss told me. I have to report it.
Able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line.
I have to.
What time on to the game?
Right. Right.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it first and 10 at their 38.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's the thing.
What
Bird know
time
where
the
I live
game?
at too, though. You know what I'm saying?
What
I don't
time
want
the
her
game?
coming to this house
Gain
trying to
of
get
8.
these kids when I'm at.
Two
Hey,
on the
come sit
play.
down, or
Third
you're
and
not
10.
gonna get it.
And here's second
What
Coming
and
to
we
this,
goal.
cause
doing?
I work overnight. I don't want her coming to my house trying to get these kids and harass Candy and stuff like that
And
too.
again, it's
You going
Juju.
all game?
And he'll be
You
You
stepping
say
going
in
to
what?
for
all
the
game?
Chiefs.
All game all
Nah, but
game?
she, you know what I'm saying? There's just the, the peer of it, just coming, trying to come to my apartment, knocking on my door, making a scene.
We're gonna start all you can.
Right, we gonna have to. I already know.
Trying to run for the first down.
Yeah.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
I'm gonna start all you can. I'm gonna start all you can,
All right.
man. I want to start all you can.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Able to find the open man.
All right.
It's complete.
I just don't want them kids going through what it's all. When I walked in the house, cousin Pam, all I saw was my childhood. And I commend Mary on this one. When she knew she couldn't do it, she gave us up. I told her that a long time ago. I said, as much as we talk about our mama when we was kids, that lady loved the hell out of us because she gave us up, bro. She gave us up. She said she couldn't do it.
Let's go all can.
She couldn't do it no more. She put in the towel. Bird is doing it for selfish reasons. She don't want to work. And she told me she was working at Popeyes. I asked her, I said, why you quit your job? She said, I quit my job because they cut my check. I go over there because the Popeyes is right by my house. I go over there. I asked the manager. I just, just to be funny. I said, man, my sister here today? Oh my God, don't talk about your sister. I said, man, what happened? She said, I said, because when I was standing in front of Bird, and I asked you how she is as a worker, you told me she was good. She said, I know I told you that. A girl didn't even know who I was, came out and heard Brittany's name, and a new girl. She said, oh my God, man, that's your sister? I said, yeah. She said, man, your sister was so lazy, this and that. She said that, man, she wrote Bird. She showed me a binder. She wrote Bird up so many times because she was in the bathroom arguing on the phone for 30 minutes straight. Every other day arguing with somebody instead of work. I said, she told me y'all was lazy. Y'all was the problem. She said, come on now. She said, I've been the manager at this store for years. And I'm still here. She said, come on now. It was your sister. She was getting into it with people, thinking people was taking her tips and this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's Brittany. When she said that, I said, yeah, that's Brittany. But she didn't want to work. Yeah. All right, sit down. All right. Yeah, all right. See, Tammy always told me, because me and Candy been trying to have kids for the last 12 years. Tammy always told me maybe maybe God ain't blessing y'all with kids because He wants y'all to raise your sister kids. She always said that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, if I had my own kids right now, it'd be tight on me to say let me take Bird kids. You know what I'm saying? It would be, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to neglect my kids, or I'm not saying that I will, because you surely didn't neglect them, my brothers. But it's just, that of it, that aspect of having your own kids versus. Come sit down, Roy, or you're not gonna get no barbecue. All right, we're not going.
I'll be good.
Come sit down there, baby. All right, come sit down.
We're going.
Let me finish my paperwork.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. This will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could
Okay.
be worse. Instead, it's 4th.
All right, thank you.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand,
Right.
and forcing a 3 and out, and giving
I
a
like
back
you.
to their offense.
Thank you. Bye. All right, Ken, I'm gonna call you back.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier.
You gonna barbecue?
Out there again to try once
You
more.
gonna barbecue? Yeah. We got that stuff. We got the barbecue. We got stuff.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They
I'll call you back.
and they turn it over.
Bye.
So
I'll call you back.
interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. the 12. It's 1st and 10. And trouble trying the middle here. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 3rd down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper laying himself out in the end zone. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sione Takitaki. Excellent job on that play. A big, big loss. 18 yards.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. Now he's free at the 35. Mecole Hardman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Cleveland offense ready to go. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football. There he goes, right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. They run again on first down, Chubb. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Flacco looks to throw. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. To pass, Flacco. Bryant with a catch right side. Touchdown! Harrison Bryant from 6 yards away. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
That's laid out deep for Rice. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. McKinnon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And now off to the races down the right side. Nick Chubb. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. They'll run with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for two. They'll try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Flacco off play action. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Taking it right down Broadway. Now he's free at the 35. Nick Chubb. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 69 yards. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That one good for 26 and a first down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 34 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are all tied at 28. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Flacco's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Complete to Bryant. And he's taken down inside the 30. First and 10 here for Flacco. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That is caught, and they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Again, it's Pacheco. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Here we go. This is 4th down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Pussy ass nigga. Got that ass.
And that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Flacco. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Setting to throw, Flacco. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. And this will be caught.
Pussy, bitch. Let go. Pussy, nigga. That's how you do that. Bitch ass nigga. Oh, that felt so good. Oh, that felt so good, bitch. Lord.